All right.
All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Joseph C's Walk and Talk stream with American Cupcake. We are actually walking. He is right here in Tampa, Florida with me. Welcome, American Cupcake.
Thank you for having me, sir.
Oh, anytime, buddy. We are running around. We're going to do our normal route. We're going to walk around here. My wife is getting checkers for her, my brother-in-law, and going to hand me the debit card. And me and Cupcake will come here after we're done and grab some checkers. Cupcake, what's going on, buddy?
Nothing much. I was hoping to catch you walking as I was driving. I was gonna
Give me a hold.
give you a little honk.
I'm always watching over my every angle I go when I walk. So never know. I get so many death threats a day. So I got to keep my eyes sharp. But this is all in fun. We have a good time. Cupcake has made it here. We've finally met. I'm very happy about that. He's been in my home, so I'm sure everybody that knows him that hates me will be asking him a ton of questions in the next 24 hours.
Oh, for sure, dude. For sure. For sure. My DMs are going to be overflowing.
I can only imagine how many people are going to come forth to ask you, what was it like? We're very poor. We have dirt for our floors. I don't have no feet. I'm 5'1". Hi, baby. 1281? Okay, yeah, gotcha. All right, so that was Mrs. C. Everybody, right there. The lovely bride of mine. There she is. At Checkers. She's sticking it up. No, I'm just kidding. That's just a joke. Hi. All right, we'll go back there. All right, so we're gonna... Cupcake is in my neighborhood. He's walking around.
I am.
So, like I normally do, Cupcake, I usually do I don't know, I gotta say, from that light to that light, what would you say to that light down there to this light? Is that about a mile? No?
Probably like half a mile.
Huh?
Probably like half a mile.
Half a mile? So half.
If that.
So, because usually an hour and 15-minute walk, when I put it in the thing, it comes out to about 2.5 to 3 miles total on an hour and 15, hour and a half walk. If I put it in the that fat secret thing, that calculates how many miles you went. So we do this pretty much every day.
Joey, I do have to say this. There are a lot of strip clubs.
Oh, yeah. In this neighborhood? Oh, yeah. Oh, look at that right there, man.
That's what I mean.
And I never showed them this. There's a night place right there. Right across the street from my house. Huh? Hot Flicks. Look at that, yeah. Oh, yeah, we got
This is our pleasure.
I never made no secret that I live in a very commercial area. This is the east side Tampa. I-4 is back behind me, which takes you you go west on I-4. I'm east on I-4 to Orlando. The casino's 2 exits up. We are actually going now. This is trying to get my bearings here. This would be this is south. We're going southbound now. This is 41 actually. Speed is 41. So that's south, north behind us, east, and west to be that way. So I live 2 miles and almost 2.5 miles from Ybor City. Like I've said, is on the same road. We have 7th Avenue is Broadway Street.
So where was that? When you said you were on the interstate walking, where was that?
Oh, okay. Where was that? I actually entered I-4. Was see I-4 there?
Yeah,
That's where I came off of it. If you go to the second light and you make the left, I came out the ramp there, but I caught it over there by Ybor City. So I walked from Ybor City all the way to my exit. Yeah.
Okay.
On I-4. Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah. That was the day I went to the past the post office. I believe I went to the post office. And then I walked across the street and I saw the ramp right there next to the gas station. And that would have been exit 1. So I walked from exit 1, which is where I-4 began. And I was exit 3. So that's what I walked.
2 miles?
Yeah, so. Yeah, it was 2 miles just on I-4. Yeah, so that's what I did that day. Which, you never know what I'm going to feel like on a given day. So, one night I want to go deep in the dark on a railroad track and see if I can find any dead bodies, along the railroad tracks. You know.
Thanks, bro. That's a little too pleasing.
You know, you never know. You could be out here on a railroad track, somebody be killing somebody. The guy's already dead, but you can't save him. But you know, you get good footage. Railroad tracks. I've walked these tracks before. Not too much.
Have you really?
Yeah, I did it the other day. I walked up from 34th to 39th.
You did say that.
Yeah, sure did. I've always been a weird person like that. I'm not afraid of the night. I like the night. I've always been attracted to the night most of my life, so it's just how it is. But I'm a pretty normal person most of the time.
And see, look what a gentleman Joey C is. He takes care of his bitches. He's fucking walking towards the street. That's right.
Yeah, for you to understand that, that was very true growing up, especially in Chicago. You always made sure your girlfriend was inside, because if she was on the outside, you were pimping her out.
That's right. Joey C takes care of his bitches.
That's it, man. That's a fact. That's a fact. Have you ever killed somebody, Joey? That's a question that I don't really think is appropriate, but I will say no. For the sake of everybody, definitely no. Definitely no.
And I can confirm, Joey C does have 2 feet.
I do.
I can confirm that. Cupcake confirmed.
I am 5'8".
Yeah, no shit. Like, we're about the same height. Like, when I saw Joey coming out, I was like, oh shit, he's not as short as I thought. No, that was fucking hilarious when I saw you, dude.
Yeah, Ozone is saying one of you have to mute if they're next to each other, then it's an echo. Yeah, we'll get to figure that out. I'll mute when he's talking.
Yeah, no, I'm probably about a half-inch taller than Joey. I'm not a tall guy, but I'm about a half-inch taller than him.
So yeah, like you said, he's here's the proof. I'm not 5'3", I'm not 5'2", I'm not 5'4", I am 5'8". And I don't know what I'll be if I live another 20 years. I could shrink. You do shrink when you get older. They say that happens, shrinkage, but I don't know. Cupcake even saw some pictures that people, have accused me of doctoring, and he had an original from the Tribune of me in 1980 on the road at home plate, high-fiving some guys in a home run. So, and that was back in 1980 when I was on the road with the Cubs at 14. So, like I said, I don't tell you guys any fibs, man. Best about my life, man. I speak, even if it's bad, I don't mind talking about it. So, Go ahead, Cupcake.
All right. No, my ego is that of an 8-foot-tall Sasquatch.
But this is big for me. I mean, I knew one day he travels all over. I mean, let's really give him a big hand, because the guy does work hard every day, and he travels. He's got the ability with a job that obviously he enjoys. He's helping move freight across the country. I mean, he gets to go pretty much, from what I can see, his boss is pretty flexible with him about where he wants to go. And what more can you ask for? You're doing what you love. You're turning it into, where you're seeing historical things. You're meeting people. He's met a lot of people in the Dabbleverse, a lot of people. He's had, he's met many people, and this was great. I was hoping one day this would happen, and he surprised me today. And he just we had a little thing about the Flying J. I call it the Flying Hook.
Yeah, that's right.
And he says, I'm at the Flying J, and I know 52 and 75. He goes, yeah. Well, I knew he was pretty close when he told me he was coming. Be there at 6:30. I'm like, really? And he got a load coming out here tomorrow, so this was really big. So I'm very glad, because he was been with us as we've known each other as streamers and podcasting and talking back and forth to the chat rooms for about a year now. So and he's been on our show many episodes. I mean, there's 600 episodes that we have. He's been on, I bet you 100 of them at least, if not more. So yeah, it's good to have him here, man. Now I wish DG was here. This would be really perfect. The three of us are walking. But I hear DG might be a stub little bit shorter than me. I don't know. I don't know if that's true. But DG's my boy, and that'd be great. If the three of us were here walking, this would be, wow, man. This would be history in the making. I know Cupcake's going to get flooded with a lot of DMs tonight. A lot of people may turn on him. A lot of people might call him bad names.
Yeah, I'm
But
so gonna get hate today. I know it.
so,
But I'm
obviously,
good.
he didn't care about that. He didn't care about that. That he is a man that speaks for himself, and we can definitely say he's a man now because he's here, and I'm really happy that he's here, man. It feels good, man. So, all right, Cupcake, it's all yours, man. I'm gonna walk.
Well, hey everybody, we're here with Joey C, and I hope, as much as I have busted your balls about your goal, I mean, what you got? I mean, everybody fucking does it, dude. But I can't wait for you to go to Vegas because at the end, are you going to be there the first night?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Because at the end of according to the Hackamania itinerary, there's going to be Hackioki at midnight. Yeah, so I got a super duper surprise for you then. So.
Well, that sounds good. I like I said, we're 200 away from the goal. When we book the tickets, I'm going to try to get in as early. There's a 3-hour difference. We all know that. So I'm going to try to leave as early as I can on the 31st. If I can get a red eye out, which would be better, if I can find a red eye, leaving here around 12, 1 o'clock in the morning. If they have one, I'll get there early in the morning. But if not, I'll be there early, late afternoon, early evening, just in time probably before the show starts. I think the first night is what, nighttime starts, I believe. 5 o'clock. So that's my goal, to be there. I might be a little bit late, but my goal is to be there to be there when it starts. So, but I will definitely be there. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Got to read some of these chats. We got NFT S Zone as a black vet. I stand with Donald J. Trump. Okay, all right. What are Donald against a lot of families, but what popular isn't always right. It wasn't popular to leave England, but we did stand up for Trump. Right. Okay. Well, there's a guy that's nothing to do with the show, but okay, yeah, Trump supporter. Okay, funeral director Joey about if you ever killed somebody, want to say man or a woman? Don't no. All right, funeral director. Cupcake is a one-man army. He does. Like I said, he's broke my balls better than anybody. You guys don't know the history before we even started streaming. Me and him were the first two people. He's the very first person I encountered besides DG. I would fight the BS show's chat room. I mean, it was crazy in the beginning. Early June, all of June. And I started streaming July 5th, I think, was our first show. But yeah, we went at it pretty good, man. And I always thought he was a lady. To be honest with you, I used to think he was a cupcake, And I tried to, man. Remember that? I did, man. And I kind of my wife's like, man, why are you talking like a woman like that? And I go, I don't know. I kept being apologetic about it, And then he pops up, it's not a woman, and I'm like, nah, I really feel like a jackass, So, but yeah, I've had a lot of pranks pulled on me, and I fell for a lot of stuff, and I learned. I had to learn like everybody else, and I think I've learned quick, but they know how to fire me up, and I mean, I'm an easy guy to fire up, and it hasn't hurt my shows when I am fired up. It's actually been better for me, though. Not health-wise, but it's been better for my shows. But.
Yes. I do know how to fire you up, Joey.
That's for sure. But I mean, Cupcake, that's for sure. But more than anybody. But you're here now, and you've been. How can I say this? You've seen and heard everything possible imaginable that's been thrown at me and my wife since day one. I mean, you've been in the Dabbleverse since day one, since I've been here. So you've heard everything from positive to negative to hate to love. You've seen it all. I mean, you know everything like I know it as well as I know it day by day. And I've been accused of this. I'm a poor. Okay, granted, I have a small apartment, but I mean, I don't live too bad, do I? I mean, it is what it is. This is the opportunity I had at the time when I was released from prison. My wife was still in prison, and I didn't have a vehicle at the time because my vehicle was actually taken while I was in prison. So I wanted to be close to the halfway house so I could walk my wife everywhere, so she didn't have to walk in this neighborhood by herself. And we've been here 2 years, but we're ready to grow out of here and go back to find a home and that'll be in the near future, but it is what it is. But we, as much as I am, people think I'm a jerk off, and I am. Don't get me wrong, I am. I would never say I'm not. And I've cussed a lot of people. I've threatened a lot of people, and push come to shove, I don't back down from nothing. But here's the thing. You guys got to understand. I'm an easy guy that tries to entertain as much as I can. I've learned a lot from everybody. From Cupcake, from DG, from Shuley, from MLC. Anybody that I've streamed with, Stutter and John, anybody that I've interacted with in the dabble with, I've learned something every day. And it all has done to make me a better person, for what I do here. And this is it, man. This is me. You get me in the flesh. This is the way it is. I'm pretty easygoing, and but I can be a jack off. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. So I've never sugarcoated how I am. I've never been afraid to say what I have to say. I've always standing by myself, and that's kind of how Cupcake is. He stands by himself. He's here. He's out here. He circles the world. Where's your next? Where do you think you're going next, Cupcake?
I'm not sure. Mute your mic. I don't know. I'm gonna go to the truck stop here in Tampa and then just wait for my dispatcher to get me a load. Yes, I'm gonna get a load in Tampa. I hate that vernacular about my job.
Now, if you're laid over a good amount more than a day, do your company pay for you like a hotel? They don't. So, but you're usually gone. You're usually not more than a day out waiting, right? Usually.
If I'm in the middle of nowhere, then sometimes, like when I'm in El Paso, like when I'm down south, like in El Paso, sometimes I'll, maybe a day or two. But most of the time it's, I drop in the morning, and then by that afternoon I have another load and I'm already on my way.
I got a lot of traffic on my normal route. Cupcake, you hire these guys to walk with us?
I did not.
This is great. So we're now on an animal drive, as you all know. We'll be coming up to a dog that he'll see us and smell us here in a minute.
Oh.
Yeah, I forgot to get the biscuits for. I keep forgetting.
Is this the dog?
No, this ain't the one I threatened. No, this ain't the one I threatened. No,
okay.
No. We should have went that route because him I don't like. But this poor dog here is a nice dog. I want to get. Somebody told me to give me what's those biscuits? The dog biscuits? What they call the milk bones?
Yeah.
I should get some milk bones. There he is. There he is. That's my buddy there. Like clockwork. Got him in that damn parking lot all day, watching the boats. There he is. Cupcake will zoom in on him. But, I think you can.
Oh, you can?
Yeah. You should be able to zoom in. Sometimes you just bring it in. Poor dogs that sit there and guard these. I don't even think they got a doghouse out there for him. It's sad. They should have a nice like a guard shack for him, where he could be able to put on a light, watch some TV, Why not? He's out here. What's up, buddy? I know. I keep promising you milk bones. I'm a bad guy. I know. Gotta wait till the food stamps come. Then I'll get them. All right? When the food stamps come, I'll get them for you, buddy. All right? Tomorrow, I'll get them for you.
See, this right here, that's the Joey C everybody likes.
Yeah. Well, it's the Joey C I like the most, too, so I really do. I don't particularly like to be riled up every day, but it is necessary. I have to have some controversy, but I prefer to just make friends and live my life again. I'm a little bit under the weather. I got a bad, severe cough that's been killing me, and I haven't even gone to a doctor for this because I'm sick of going to doctors. You guys have no idea how sick I am in and out of doctors, man. So I'm trying to do this on my own, but I think I need antibiotics just to knock the. I got a chest cold here. I have phlegm coming up. Bad cough again. Hear that? Yeah, that's not good. So hear that? Not good, right? So here's what it is. Could be a pneumonia. Could be the end of my faith. I don't know. This might be it. This might be the stream. I go, ah! Couple will be like, oh my God. He's just going. He's down on the ground. What do I do?
Go to my truck and get
Just call an ambulance. That's all I ask. At least call an ambulance, You don't got to be no suspect. Just run away. But, I'm just kidding. But this is cool, man. I mean, this is my actual first time. My wife has walked with me, but I've never had her on side by side as a guest. She was just in the chat room walking with me. This is the first, we tried this with Spider. He was at his place, and it worked out pretty good for the most part. But this is cool, man. I think we got it down. I mute the mic, and he can talk. All right, there you go.
Joey's on run from the law. Bro, like, dude, your chat is relentless, bro. Like, it's fucking ridiculous. Just did the murder happen in Florida or Chi-Town? Look behind me.
Cupcake does do a great Joey C impression. I mean, spot on, I gotta say. It does make me laugh. To see him do it when I was sitting at my desk and he was on my living room couch, and I was dying, man. It was just so funny, man. So, you know, let's read somebody's chat. Kitty, thanks for that, Joey. You're what? Funeral director. Chi-Town in Florida. Where's the location? Well, I can tell you that's a no. But if anything bad ever did happen, it probably wasn't too much in Florida. It was anything bad, or most of my problems probably stemmed when I was home. You know, most of them. A couple things here, but nothing big. But no to the big M. No to the big M. Stop asking that. You're a cop? No. Jesus. All right. Address: $600 tax fraud allegation. I don't have no tax fraud, buddy. I paid my taxes every year. I definitely paid my taxes. I don't mess with the government. I got in a mistake, and I did get in a mistake for telling them a lie. And I tell you what, watching how the government has no compassion, because their biggest goal is not about the arrest. It's about breaking families up and making people miserable. Taking away everything out of your life is what that's about with the government. And I did it once. And I know what it is to be stripped of your dignity, stripped of all your possessions, stripped of your family. It ain't fun. So, and here's the other thing. Be careful what you say, because you never know when the IRS or the government is watching you, and they're going to come for you. And it ain't pleasant. I'm telling you, a lot of people are going to, if it happens to them, might not be able to handle it. It ain't fun. Especially if you've got any IRS problems. They'll come up your ass with a fine-tooth comb, man, and take everything from you. So, no, I would never, ever want to mess with the government again. I made my mistake. I learned from it, and that's it. I move on, man. That's it. So, but I had a low recidivism score when they do your out, when you're getting ready to be released. They do a test to check to see how likely you are to repeat a crime to come back to prison. And I was so low. I was below the numbers. One based on age, one based on my criminal history, and one based on just how I carried myself as an inmate. So, and yeah, the logic of me ever coming back to federal prison is probably 1 in 500,000, 1 in a million. I would never get back in trouble with the government. So, hey, Kahuna, big Kahuna. But Cupcake, you've been all over the place. What's your favorite place that you've probably been to?
Roswell, New Mexico is one of my favorites. I like. I've been to Tombstone, Arizona. That was cool. To let you know, it's a little tourist town, but they've got reenactors everywhere. They got the gunfight at the OK Corral, and Seattle, Washington. You know, because of music. So yeah, probably Roswell, Tombstone, and Seattle are probably my favorite places to go.
So now Roswell, is that a military base in Roswell?
No, Roswell's the place where the alien that's in Area 51 crashed.
That's correct. That's what I was. That's what I meant. I knew that Roswell had some part of the United States. Was part of history somewhere. That's right. That's where he originally crashed and was carried to Area 151, where he was. He probably is a servant in the White House by now. You know, if I was to guess, probably the main servant for the presidents. And you know, I think they should let his family come down and be with him. He's been here for years, and yeah, I'm big with the aliens. Area 151 is an interesting place. I've lived in Las Vegas on 3 different occasions, and I made the mistake one day out back in my younger days and drove out on that road by mistake. Total mistake, and I never made it 50 in.
Yeah,
If I made it 50 foot down that road, I was swarmed by. This was years ago when I was a young man in my 20s, and I didn't know. I didn't know where I was. I was out partying, and
You didn't know that Vegas was your town, or your Joey C?
yeah, Vegas is my town. My dad lived there for 25 years. My dad had owned a home there off of Eastern and Tropicana Boulevard. And my dad, when he left Chicago, that's where he went. He was technically asked to leave Chicago and never returned. And he went to Vegas and spent 25 years there. But yeah, I lived there 3 different times. My brother lived there for a long time too. So yeah, Vegas is, back in the day was, we had a lot of family and friends there. My cousin ran for sheriff in the 80s, Joey Ippolito. He was a corrupt Chicago police officer that ran for sheriff in Vegas and almost got elected until the last week before the election. A big scandal came out that he was involved with in Chicago. The other sheriff found it, and they put it up on all over the news, and it killed his chances. So, but it was nice working for his campaign. I was there that year when he ran for his campaign, so helping him out with everything, putting up signs all over people's yards, and I did all that shit. So, but yeah.
Were you implicated in his wrongdoings?
No. I was way too young. My father probably was, but not me. He was more my dad's age. Yeah, I did. If I'm going to do anything, I was a guy that did things by myself. I never wanted to have a co-defendant with anything. You don't take that risk. And if you're going to be a criminal, don't do it with people, because you never know who's going to tell you. Tell on you, right? But no, just kidding. But no, like I said, I enjoyed Vegas. I like the West Coast. Tucumcari, New Mexico. You've heard of it?
Yeah, totally.
Off of 40 there. Back in 1982, Tucumcari was a very small little town on the map, and it was was going to be one of the biggest towns in Mexico, New Mexico. And they started building that year, but it took about 15 years to grow that community. Now they're pretty large there now. They had one hotel, one little post office, one little movie theater back when I broke down there in 1982. And now from what I hear, it's a major city. So.
I was just there a couple weeks ago.
But it has a whole strip of motels now, right? There's more than one motel there now, right?
I mean, yeah, right off of Route 66.
So, yeah, right. But when I was there was nothing but one hotel in 1982.
Oh, wow.
182. So, and Amarillo, Texas is a place where you get the big Texan steakhouse off I-40. You got an hour to eat the 72 ounces. 1 hour, if you could eat it in 1 hour. All the trimmings, you got to understand, it's everything they serve you. It's got to be done in an hour. And then you get the meal free. It costs like $100-something for the whole meal, I believe. It is the price, yeah. I don't think many people have done it. I did try. I did not make it. But it was expensive. I remember doing that. But I've traveled up and down those roads. I was in Oklahoma City, which is off of I-40 as well. So I know I-40 pretty good. So I-10 I know pretty well, too. I know I-10 from the tip of Texas to the end of Texas, 863 square miles across. I've done that many times. You start out in the morning. Nighttime, the next day you're still driving it. You wind up
in Texas.
It's just unbelievable. Yeah. So,
I don't like Texas.
I don't think you're on. There you go.
Yeah, I don't like Texas. I had a run in Texas, and I hate driving through Texas.
A lot of people do hate driving through Texas. It's true. It's one of the biggest states. But yeah, I gotta say, Arizona. I've been to what's the name of the town? It's next to I did Flagstaff. I went to Flagstaff. Flagstaff, it has the capacity of snowing up there. They have a train that you could take. It's a tour train where they actually you pay the tickets. I took my kids there when they were young on this train, and they actually stage where actors acting like Jesse James and them come and rob the plane. I come and rob the train, and we didn't tell the kids. Dominic was a little tight, and Heather they were really small, and they thought it was a real holdup.
That's funny.
Yeah, it was wild, man. And I did that, and I can't think of the really fancy town now. I'm losing my memory. That's near there. Sedona, Arizona is where we stayed, in Sedona. I had a timeshare. I was an invite there to go try to possibly buy a timeshare, so they gave you the free weekend to tour their property. So we took advantage of that. I lived in Surprise, Arizona, because I was with the Texas Rangers. So we wanted to get away for the weekend, and it was nice for the weekend. And so we went up to Flagstaff, took the kids on a train ride, and we did all kinds of stuff. But you're right about Arizona, Jerome, Arizona, another small little town it's old Western style towns where people walk around with sidearms. It's all legal there, What do you think about that in the West, the Wild West laws?
Thank you. Yeah, I went in when I was in Tombstone, there were people who, had their gun right on their hip, just not like oh shit. Mostly store owners, but there were guys, they had their little holster there. I was like, oh my god, that means some shit.
Believe if you're a resident of anywhere where the Wild West was, I don't believe you have to have a carry permit as long as it's not concealed and it's in the style of like the cowboys.
Yeah.
You can still walk around those parts with your gun, your sidearm on the side. I believe that's still in effect.
Yeah, that's crazy. Where are we going, Joey?
That light. That's a basket. That light over here has got to be a mile.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
I know it's a mile on each side, 2 half miles. I was right about 3 miles. It's sweating up pretty good. You'll be feeling it tomorrow because this is my 11th week doing it, so I'm pretty much used to it. I've only a little bit upset with the pounds I've lost. I've only lost 13, but I haven't gained no more weight, so I'm happy about that. So as long as I ain't gaining, it's kind of leveled off right now, and that happens. My brother says it'll happen. You'll lose 10, 12, 13 pounds, and then it'll level off for a couple of days, and then you just gotta, your body's getting used to the weight loss, and you gotta retrain your body to get now to start losing more weight. So it's all process. So. And yeah, so Cupcake is here, and what was when you decided to come and meet us today? What was your be honest? What was your real thoughts?
I mean, the last time we had any interaction was when on Ray's show, and I was breaking your balls about your goal, and when I texted him about, hey, I'm going to be there, my man Joey did say, you know what? Go to the gas station and go fill your tank up and light a match and go burn yourself. That's what you need to do.
Oh, I said that. That's right. I did say that's right. I did today. He said he was at the, and I said, yeah, I did today. I go, okay, so here, listen, go to the pump. Yeah, I did say that. Turn on the gas pump, light a match, and blow yourself up. I did say that today. And I was joking. I mean, to be all in all, that
you were joking. You were serious.
No, I don't want to see. No, I don't want to see you burn like that. No, come on, no, I would not. No, I might be a mean guy, but come on, man. You've been on my streams. I mean, I don't care if no one's met. When you interact with somebody and you're on and you're doing streams together, it becomes personal. Whether you met you built some kind of bond. Whether it's a bond where you guys are going to be at each other's throats, or you guys are going to be civil, you still draw a bond, man, and you're always going to remember that. I'll never forget those earlier streams. I watch them all the time, and DG, unfortunately, he made some changes in his life, and he stopped streaming with me. He has done a couple guest appearances, and he has done a couple streams. Same with Cupcake. I think Cupcake's been on 1 or 2 more times, 3 times since we broke up that team over there. DG is coming back. We're going to start doing a show once a week. Waiting on him. An intro's being made. A thumbnail is already made. And when DG gives me the green light, we'll do it. I mean, Cupcake, if he wants to, he's got his stream. I want you guys to go over there and support him. Now, I'm going to show him. We're showing 47 people that are actually in the chat room right now. So, but I'm going to show him that when he'll see it firsthand. Another thing I don't lie about. When we're done streaming, I'm going to show him. When I click off and say goodnight, YouTube will send me a tally sheet right there of the stream telling him how many views. Now, yes, I understand when people say, well, that doesn't mean they're watching. If you click on the stream, it's counted as a view. I get that. All right, well, so if 1,000 people click, thank you for the 1,000 views. That's all I'm saying. Whether they're staying and watching, it's still to me as a view. And that's what gets in the algorithm to make you get out there to more and more people. So that's all that counts, The last thing I want people to think, first of all, believe me, I live very mediocre. I don't have money like I used to. I pay my bills. We don't, anything major extra like this round trips to Vegas would be a struggle for us. Not that we couldn't pull it off, but, everybody else got a goal. Tuki's got a goal. He's got some kind of goal going right now. He always does. And it's okay for when they do it. When I do it, I'm begging. So I'm begging. Send me the $200. I go to Vegas, all right? Here's Cupcake.
Yeah, he's kind of begging. A little bit.
You can see I'm very happy to see Cupcake. I really, it's an honor to meet him. Now this takes us to a whole new level, man. I mean, he's the actual, I gotta say, you're the actual first person I've ever met in the Dabbleverse. You're the first person. I know a lot of people. I've talked to Shuli for a long time, even before, back when he was, when I was trying to get on the Stern Show. But I've never physically met nobody. Anybody? No, nobody. Oh, except for, no, I take it back. I'll replay, except for the WAT. That's right, I forgot that. Scratch that. Up until before the WATV, I had met nobody in the Dabbleverse. Now I know. I met Carl, I met El Harible, Tukey, Cardiff, Dr. Steve, a bunch of fans, which I was very shocked how many of them people like me. And Cupcake reminded me today, he says, you know what? You don't got as many haters as you think you do, buddy. You really don't. And, and I understand that. If he's being nice, I appreciate that. But, he says it's the truth. I know we do have a lot of people that love us. We do have a lot of, he just told me that your chat room is brutal, dude. He actually, he said, wow, this is a brutal chat room. It is. We get a lot of nasty stuff, man. You don't even know what I get. Man, I got people ringing my phone all hours of the night. Fuck you. Die, motherfucker, die. Okay. And then I'm going to show Cupcake my call log about, all the missed calls from Stuttering John. I got no reason to lie, man. It's all nonsense, man. I mean, especially when anything about me, whether it was wrong to put it out of myself and I caused my own misery, I understand all that. I do take a lot of things more serious than probably 90% of you in the Dabbleverse. I do. Don't get me wrong. I understand that.
Way too seriously.
I take a lot of things seriously.
Yeah, you take a lot of stuff way too seriously, bro. And funeral director? Yes, I'm fucking dying, dude. Joey has me beat on this. For sure. I probably lost 8 pounds in water weight just from sweating.
Yeah. That's why I do it at night, buddy. This is why we do this at night. And this is big for me, man. This is because the walk and talk is really special, because it's not only keeping me to burn calories off so I can, of course I have to eat better, and I gotta change everything every day. I gotta tweak things every day, but it's helping me build my lung capacity back up. It's helping me get where, like, this walk is nothing for me. Where he hasn't walked in many years, like you said, he's struggling. I'm out of breath. Don't get me wrong. I get out of breath every day, but it's easier for me. And but to see him out here, he was willing to do it. He could have said, "Nah, man, I can't do that walk, man. I'll just sit in my truck or up at your house and do the link, man." I said, but he's out here with me, and that takes a lot for me to say that's a man's man, and we're glad he's walking. But Cupcake, what's your thoughts on this?
I think I'm regretting the walk, but no, I was absolutely going to do the walk and talk with you. I was hoping, like I said before, I was hoping to catch you walking and I would be driving by. That'd have been hilarious.
Would have been great if you had a mascot to come out with a baseball bat. That would have been really great. That would have been awesome, man. He would have been, and I'd been like, oh shit, I got a guy with a baseball bat here. I gotta just make sure he don't hit me in the face or the head, And but that'd have been great, man. So he did ask us, where are we going, Joey, earlier. He just did the really long stretch from Animal Drive at 50th down to 34, which he said he's confirmed has got to be a mile or maybe longer. Now, these are the shorter roads. Now, when I asked him that first time from Checkers, he said, no, it's probably a half or a little bit under. So we definitely know it's a mile and a quarter for each of these long runs. And the shorter side of the square is a half mile under. Because here, there's a light. Yeah, it's probably just under a half mile. So a total, probably about 3 miles. This little thing I mapped out for me is close to 3 miles. So this is what I try to do every day. I've done more. Walking from I-4, because he asked me where I entered I-4 at, and I showed him the exiting point, and Ybor City is where I-4 starts, which is exit 1, and so I did 2 miles just on I-4 that one day. So, but it's a grind every day, man. But can you imagine just doing this every day, Cupcake? Go to every city and you start doing this?
I probably don't have time, because, like, I mean, there are weeks where I get 3-4 hours of sleep a day because I gotta get going. But yeah, Joey, this sucks.
Well, it does suck, but it also is good for you. And this whole thing is to inspire people to. I know a couple people have told me that I've inspired them and they have lost weight. One person that told me he lost 22 pounds in the last 11 weeks. To me, that's wonderful. We try to keep this this part of the Catalano TV positive we can. You know, we got Kai and friends in the morning, 7:30 Monday through Friday. His hypocrisy political show is Tuesdays and Thursdays 6. Mondays and Wednesdays you got the Alpha Shot Lounge at 6 with Mrs. C and Venom. We're trying. We're gonna have DG and I come back with a weekly show, and there's other people. I don't know if you guys remember Sodomy. Sodomy keeps very well informed with me about some ideas that she thinks will be good, and we're considering that. Not gonna give out no more than that. But Sodomy is a character of the Devers that I thought was very funny. Came up with some good jokes, and really likes Joey C and Catalano TV, and I want to give a big shout out. Sodomy has not been seen or heard of in a while, and but she from time to time she'll send me an idea, and when I finally asked who it was, it told me who it was, but they said maybe they come out of retirement soon. So look forward to. We all should get Sodomy and treat her good because very funny individual. So, and I'm sure a lot of people miss her. So, but the funeral director, what does it say here? He says, "What year unsolved murder should I look in Chicago? I could be multiple years of nothing." You don't give up, do you? You just don't give up, funeral director. Well, it's better than calling me a thief, I guess. I guess I'll take that. Kitty, haven't heard Sodomy in a while. Yeah, kind of retired, stepped out of the Dabbleverse, but from time to time does text me and just to give me ideas and tell me to keep my head up. Very, very supportive, especially when they see me down and fighting many people, and make joke, learn how to joke is the philosophy of Sodomy, which is right. I wish I could be funnier. I wish I was able to. I'm just not. I'm not a comedian, and I don't even know where to begin. But I wouldn't mind it, because I definitely tell you,
You're funny when you are yourself.
You got to be.
You're funny when you are yourself. When you're not trying to be funny. That's what I've always told you, dude. Like don't worry about the haters. Let them hate, whatever. But like, I will say this, dude. Like, chill out on just chill out on the doxing, dude. Like, let them do what they want. Let them say what they want. You're not gonna gain anything other than more hate. Like, just I don't know, man. Like when you grow up. I was a fat little kid when I was younger. Still am. But so I got bullied a lot. You just learn to roll with the punches, man. Like, don't take it to heart. Don't take it so seriously. They are trying to get a rise out of you. How do you think I know how to get such a rise out of you?
I agree. I agree. And, I'm guilty. I have doxed a few of the haters. And then you're right. Two wrongs don't make it right. Many people, even close friends, have not cool with it. And I've got messages, not cool. Don't be like them. Don't be better than them. And everybody's right. The doxing part is something I shouldn't do. I shouldn't give them that. I shouldn't stoop down to their level. So I really take full responsibility for the wrong I did there. And everybody's right. Two wrongs don't make it right. I understand that. And I'm old enough to understand that. There's not like they're talking to a little kid. They're talking to a man that's almost 60 years old. So, I mean, I know right from wrong. And I know that two wrongs don't make it right. So, yeah, I'll be the first to say that. I'm wrong for that. 100%. So, and, sometimes it takes someone to show up at my doorstep that's part of the Dabbleverse to walk with me and to just tell me heart to heart, man, and tell me, brother, we love you, man. Just don't stoop down to those levels. Sometimes it just takes that little push. Someone that shows that they're willing to put themselves next to me in reality of life. And mad respect to you, Cupcake. And I hear you loud and clear, brother. And I promise you this much: I will do everything in my power to honor that. And I think I can. Because I understand it. I really do. And it's better that way, because if I do it like them, I just become them. And then he's right. I attract more people to be angry, more friends to be angry. The friends are going to turn to really angry, and you're going to lose your support. So I don't want to do that. So thank you for that, Cupcake. Go ahead, Cupcake.
You're welcome, Joey. You're welcome. Like, I mean, we've obviously had our differences. We've butted heads. We've fought. We've yelled at each other. But I don't know, man. Like, And I will say this too, dude. I will say this. Sometimes, I'm not saying all the time, sometimes the stuff you say does sound like you're full of shit.
A lot of times I talk fast and I don't really know how to properly say things, and I'll say something that I know what I want to say, and it'll come out sometimes the wrong way, and people will clip it and then they'll play it back and say, listen, this is what he said, and I'll listen. No, that's not what I'm saying. And I do that a lot. But
Dude, Joey.
Yeah.
You did not tell anybody you were by the Insane Clown Posse Training Center.
Where's that?
Right there, ICP Training Center.
What is that? What is that?
The Insane Clown Posse Training Center.
Really? I mean, for clowns?
No, the music group, the Insane Clown Posse.
Oh, I didn't know that. Oh, yeah, they're right down the road from my house then. This is my road right here. This is the road I live on. You know, Kelpie, behind us, if you see the light we just turned up, that light way down there is 34th, and another light past that is Ybor City, the beginning of Ybor City.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so yeah. This is 7th Avenue Broadway / Broadway, which is Ybor City. So I live on the same road as Ybor City. So this is some kind of plant that works pretty much a lot at night. I think they're open 24 hours a day. I think they make chemicals of adhesive. I think they're an adhesive plant. I think. I don't know. I think that's what they do here. Some kind of liquid. I don't know if it's liquid adhesive or something. But this guy looks like he's filling up, right? The tanks. Is that what he's doing? Yeah. So coming from the factory, they must go into there when they're finalized product in those containers right there. I'm imagining that from the factory, when they're done, they go into those containers, those canisters, which then filter down into the trucks, which are right here fueling up. Not fueling up, but getting the liquid into them. So that's what I'm thinking how the process goes. Those steel containers are where the final product goes. And then for delivery, it goes here. Now, it looks like some kind of liquid tar, maybe? I don't know. I think it's that could be asphalt. There you go. So there we go. I've been wanting to stop here. Sometimes I see these guys sitting on a break, but they're not too talkative. So I don't push them. But I'm going to show you a great Cuban restaurant right up here. This little hole in the wall place, all homemade. A little old lady is in there cooking. She's real old, and her and her daughter own the restaurant. And I'm telling you what, everything made from scratch, buddy. Now what I think they do is they make everything at home and then cart it over to the steam table in the restaurant and serve it that way, is what I think they do.
Probably what they do.
You know, a lot of Hispanic families, that's what they do. They do all the cooking at home because they got special pots to do rice, and I think they cart it over. They set up their, what they sell when you walk in and you got the steam table with all the choices. You tell them, and then they have a grill in the back, like if they want to do stuff like Cuban steaks or prepare the Cuban sandwich. But I think most of the stuff that's made at home by the old grandma or mother. And it's a wonderful, expensive though. They're just for 3 steak sandwiches and some rice and some plantains. They're about $33 for a steak sandwich. That is very big steak sandwich though. Yeah, that's not bad. I guess it's not bad. Yeah, that's about average. I guess. But McDonald's is ridiculous. I mean, one person could be $20. For McDonald's. I mean, they're like average, like $10-11 at McDonald's. So.
Yeah, their prices are going up too.
Yeah, it's sad, man. Now, Cupcake mentioned that this is a neighborhood of a lot of strip clubs. You guys know what I've shown. Here's the skeeziest strip club of them all, right, coming up, Cupcake, on the left there. That has got to be, I can't imagine ever stepping foot in there because you probably got disease as soon as you cross the threshold. It's probably so nasty with the guys jerking off in there and the women having every disease in the book. It's one of them low, the last of the bottom strip clubs a girl could go work at. So it's either one just starting out in the business or one that's been through the whole circuit and is not able to work the higher clubs and goes here. Terrible place, man, just by looking at it. But that's it right there. If you ever get in town, that's where you want to eat. They're only open during the day for a few hours, so great little place. Great little place. And 2 ladies, and then there's a little smaller Cuban place next to the strip club. 5 ladies run that place. I think they're all owners. They all own a piece of it. And they're only open from like 11 in the morning to about 3 in the afternoon. And they get a big lunch crowd in there. All Latino people go in there. They speak no English. So calling them on the phone to make an order, if you don't speak Spanish, you ain't getting nowhere. You got to go in there and then you got to point to the menu like I do, because I don't speak Spanish. And then so they can prepare what I want. But I've eaten there too. It's a great little place. So I like authentic food. I miss that. That's what I miss in the neighborhoods of Chicago.
Oh my God.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Yeah, I would. I don't think I'd ever move away from Chicago, as much as I hate the winters there. Because the grocery stores and the food. That's about it.
Do they still have Jewel Foods and Dominic's there?
Oh yeah, Dominic's is no more.
No more. Finally, it went out of business. Huh?
Mariano's
Mariano.
is Dominic's now.
Really? All right. So they kept it into an Italian family, obviously. But Dominic's was where I used to shop, and Jewel Foods was the biggest name in Chicago at one time. I know they got their Aldi's there and stuff like that, but Jewel's Food is probably Chicago. Chicago hot dogs, as everybody knows, Chicago beefs, many places. But Chicago is Chicago. It's a great place, and I miss it. Like Cupcake said, I do not miss the winters. When I went home one time in the winter, I had scheduled to stay a week to visit all my family. Second day in, I said, I got to go. I went to the airport and if you want to come visit me, I go, I can't take this weather. I was out of the cold, so your blood thins out when you get to warm climate after so many years. And I had already been here 15 years. And let me tell you something, going back, now I love the winter. I lived through some of the brutalest snowstorms, the 77 blizzard, the 79 blizzard. I lived through some big blizzards, man, but no more would I want to spend. There it is. That's a great place there. That place has got to be, oh my God. I think I feel it. Don't you feel it? Just jumping out at you? Ugh. Creepy. But this is my road here, and this is my place. And so what do you think so far? We're almost at the end here, Cupcake. We got a little bit more. We got about 2 football lengths, maybe 2.5 football lengths to go. We'll have to be at checkers.
Thank God. Because I am done. If you can see, I'm fucking sweating my balls off.
He is sweating. He definitely lost 8 or 9 or 10 pounds of sweat today, which is good. I'm glad. He'll sleep good tonight if he's able to sleep, you know. Woo! He'll sleep like a baby. And I'm sure I can understand being in a smaller box truck, you don't have a sleeper capacity there, correct?
Yeah, I got a sleeper.
Oh, you do have a sleeper?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, so well, good. So you have a bed, so you're all right then, okay. So, okay, because I always imagined that those box trucks didn't come with that. But I remember now being on the road once and saw a couple box trucks that did have a nice, comfortable, because I said the same thing to a guy about 25 years ago. I go, do they pay for your hotel? He goes, no, I got a bed right here. So, yeah, okay, so that's cool, man. Because that's a tough job, man. But do you think it would be harder if you still had young kids at home?
Oh, totally. I wouldn't do this job if I was still married and had young kids. Like, this is absolutely a job for a single person.
Now, do you believe that if someone's seriously single or a divorcee father after the kids are grown, took this job and to say, let's work hard for 5 years down the road, you could retire with a lot of money, couldn't you?
If you busted your ass the whole time, yeah, for sure. Maybe, 5 to 10 years, depending on what you did. But yeah, for sure.
I know a lot of truck drivers that were the 18-wheeler haulers. They had the big double wide sleepers. They were moving company, and they just stayed on the road for 365 days and take a week off and then go back out and just spanked their money. They lived on a truck stop. That's where they ate. They showered at the truck stops. So they just banked all their money, and after 10, 15 years, they had a nice chunk of money, bought some land, they retired, and they lived very good, So but you got to work hard. It's a lot of miles, man. A lot of miles, definitely. How many miles a year do you think you ride, Cupcake?
Probably 150,000.
That's not too bad. And how long have you been at this, actually on the road now?
2.5 years.
Coming up to about 500,000 miles out of your belt soon.
Yeah.
That's a lot of miles, and that's something to be proud of, because that's a lot of territory. And do you frequently, have you gone from tip to tip ever yet on Route 66 all the way across the country?
Yeah, actually, just recently I did when I went to where did I go? Yeah, when I went to Tucumcari and I went to all the other museums, I actually was on Route 66 for a long way. A lot of the way there.
If correct me if I'm wrong, they did a lot of renovations on Route 66, because Route 66 used to be the only way to travel across America at one time in in U.S. history, correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Interstate 40 has a lot of Route 66.
Interstate 40, correct. That's correct. I remember that you can take Route 66 and be parallel to Interstate 44. I'm saying Interstate 40. 44 would be coming out of Missouri, which will go through Oklahoma, and then you catch 40 that goes across into Texas. And then, of course, 40 you can take all the way across New Mexico, Arizona. I believe it goes in. Does 40 go into California? I don't remember. That one I don't remember. I know 10 does. But
Yeah, to Los Angeles.
Okay, so yeah, it does go. So I-10 and I-40 are pretty big highways. You got I-95 that from Florida, from the tip of Miami. You can take I-95 all the way to New York City, I believe. So there's a lot of good highways today. Tampa, when I first got here, these highways were so engineered so bad, and they're still trying to make changes here. They even said that they didn't have good engineering back then, and now they go to the bigger cities and adapt how some of their highways, like in New York City, New Jersey, you got the bottlenecks, correct? Explain the bottlenecks to people.
Oh shit. Well, the bottlenecks in New Jersey. How do I explain it? Yeah, see, that's not a truck route. So yeah, so I don't think I've ever been on there. Like in New York, they got the parkways. Like I don't go on the parkways either.
Right, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of areas that trucks can't go unless they're making deliveries in those areas. Their trucks are prohibited. And I know that one of the rules in going through small communities late at night, truck drivers, the 18-wheelers, he's got a smaller box truck. I don't know if you have air brakes?
No.
You don't have the same thing. Okay. When you have air brakes at 18-wheeler or any capacity of air brakes, whether it's a straight truck with air brakes, you cannot put the Jake brake on if you're going through communities late at night. You can actually get pulled over, get fined for that. And that part.
Yeah, that is correct. There are some towns like in Arizona and stuff that trucks cannot go through the towns after like 8 o'clock at night, from 8 to 8.
The drivers like to ride that Jake brake, and it's you could hear a truck coming down the road if it's an area that is Jake brake free, and it sounds cool. I like it. I mean, it's really cool. A lot of gadgets that these truckers put on the trucks is cool. But I know that I've talked to many truck drivers over the years, and the guys that are usually owner operators, they like the Peterbilt. It's a Peterbilt is a 13-speed, where most of the companies like I'm already calling a bike here. You got JB Hunt, you got the Warner, you got many others. They Super 10s or straight or 10s or a Super 10, which is easier for company trucks. But I know that the Peterbilts have a 13. It's much quicker. They don't governor. Owners don't put a governor on their speed. Warner, I heard, was it Warner? No, there's another company out there, not Warner. Warner is a school. They train a lot of drivers. They hire a lot of new drivers. But Swift company. Swift governors their governor on their for the drivers can't go over 57 miles an hour back 20 years ago. I don't know if they upped it up a little bit because the speed limits went up. But you can't take a truck past 57 because they have them governor. Now I know that I've heard from Warner drivers, it's all digital and all on the Qualcomm is digital now. That you don't have a logbook that you fill out no more. It's all done in the computer, and that it shuts down the truck after 10 hours on the road. You have to park it. You can't go nowhere. They have a safety switch that the drivers, so the drivers don't violate any of the codes through their books, because in the old days those drivers would be popping a pill on speed, and they had 4 logbooks. My uncle was a truck driver, 4 or 5 logbooks, and I'm like, how do you drive so much, Uncle Johnny? He said, I got about 4 or 5 logbooks down here in the box, man. When I go to the straight train, they call me and I pull out one I know is already fixed for me to go. And they just go, man. The old truck drivers, they go, man. Well, we're almost at the end here, Cupcake.
Oh, thank God.
And I want to thank Cupcake he came on the Alpha Shot Lounge. He came on the Walk and Talk. He actually walked and talk. I'm going to let Cupcake do his plugs. We're about 100 yards to the parking lot, and we're going to shoot over to Checkers, walk over there, and come upstairs and let him cool off and have his meal, and you know, get him just to get relax a minute and talk a little bit, and then Cupcake's gonna be going over to the truck stop sometime tonight, and he's got a load coming out here tomorrow, Tampa, Florida, and we're looking forward to seeing where he's going next. We are gonna see him at Hackamania. I'm looking forward to that. It's something big for me. Everybody wants to know what I'm gonna wear. Trust me, you'll be don't miss it. That's all I can say. But here, let me get Cupcake to his plugs, and then I'll sign off, and we'll have it in. Here you go, Cupcake.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, follow me on Twitter at BoxTruckCupcake, and you can follow me on YouTube at American_Cupcake. You can check out my streams. I try to live stream from cool places where I'm at on the road, and when I'm back home, Cupcake's Corner, just random shit when I'm home from the bar.
Well, there it is, American Cupcake again. Finally glad to meet him. Like I said, it's when you stream as many times as we did, you know, I already felt like we knew each other. We definitely knew how to make each other tick. We definitely know each other's pretty much when you stream the way I do, and I tell my daily life and my whole life. I mean, Cupcake interacted with me many times, but now to finally meet him, I'm really smiling, man. I'm happy. We're at the end of the road. I'll show you there. Here's the door. We're gonna walk right up to the Checkers, which is right there. There's Cupcake. There's my house. Everybody knows I live here. Yep. Hookers will be down here. That's where we pimp all the hookers out. But there we go. Just kidding. We thank you all for tonight. We'll see you tomorrow. Don't forget, you got the Kai and Friends in the morning, 7:30 a.m. Joey C tomorrow, Walk and Talk 7:40. I might do a stream tomorrow. We are $200 away from the goal. If you want to help, we appreciate it. If you don't, we understand. We're going to get as close as we can, and we're going to buy those tickets soon here. We love you guys. Chris back, everybody. Funeral director, thank you. Everybody, if I missed you. Kitty, thank you for your support as always. Kahuna, thank you, brother. I'm sure I'll talk to you later. Everybody else, DG, if you're here, Rex is here. We thank you guys. We love you. This is us signing off. Peace out.
Peace out, everybody.
Peace out. All right. Now, I'll show you.